Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here, and welcome to my guide to the Arcadion Match 2 in the Light Heavyweight Division on the normal difficulty. Your opponent in this round will be the one that everyone's buzzing about, Honeybee Lovely. To skip to any specific mechanic in the fight, please use the timestamps in the description of the video. The start of the fight will introduce you to some of her basic attacks. Call Me Honey is her raid-wide AoE, and Honeyed Breeze is a dual tank buster that hits each with a conal. It really hits the top two targets on aggro, but it barely tickles the tanks and isn't even lethal to non-tanks, but just aim it away from everyone and keep the tanks on top too. She also has a few other basic AoEs. Tempting Twist is a donut AoE, while Honey Beeline is a line AoE through her front and back. Remember these for later as they'll be mixed in with other attacks frequently. Her biggest mechanic is Honey Bee Live. This does a massive amount of raid damage and places 3 empty heart markers over your head. For each ability you're hit by in this phase, you'll gain 1 heart. At 3, you'll be temporarily charmed in place, rendering you unable to act or move. After the charm wears off, your meter will be reset to 0, so definitely don't fill it a second time. Honey's first attack in this phase is Love Me Tender, though each time she casts it, this has a different effect. This one targets all 8 players with a Heart Source Spread AoE, doing some damage and granting everyone 1 heart. This is then followed up with 4 Heart Towers. Standing under a tower will do some damage and increase your heart meter by 1. However, if no player stands in a tower, it will hit the entire raid for damage plus a heart. So have your bravest players take the towers, since everyone who does will actually go up to 2 out of 3. I recommend keeping the healers out of the towers, just in case something goes wrong with this next part. The boss will then cast Loveseeker, which starts as a simple point-blank AoE. However, Honey will begin spewing hearts all over the arena. Some will fly out from the middle of the room, some from the outside, but if you touch any of them, you'll take damage and gain a heart stack. Focus on safety above all else here, because it is incredibly chaotic. She'll also cast Love Me Tender a second time almost immediately after Loveseeker, placing tons of AoEs around the arena of variable size. These are kind of hard to see with everything overlapping, so again, really focus on dodging these. Protect your healers at all costs here and do not be greedy at all. Near the end of all the chaos, Honey will turn and cast Blow Kiss on a random party member, doing a conal in their direction, so just get away from her front. She'll do another Love Me Tender, which does a bunch of circle AoEs sequentially, so just dodge into the first one after it starts going off. After another Blow Kiss, Honey will cast Honey Bee Finale, do some light damage, and remove the heart meters from everyone's head. Now Honey will start incorporating combos into the attacks you've already seen. When she performs Tempting Twist and Honey Beeline, she will first coat her weapon with one of 2 Venoms, either Splash or Drop a Venom. Splash of Venom will cause a spread AoE to occur sometime after she performs the attack, and Drop of Venom will cause a stack marker to appear. On normal, honestly, you could just react to the marker since there's tons of time after the next attacks, but remember this for Savage. The Venom coating also causes the follow-up to spread globules of poison all over the arena. These explode in a pretty moderate-sized AoE, so stand between them wherever you can find a big enough gap. Next is Alarm Pheromones. This summons swarms of group bees around the outside of the arena, each firing a line AoE directly through the room in the direction their arrow is pointing. The first set of group bees fires line AoEs one at a time in the order that they're spawned, either clockwise or counterclockwise. Find the first one, get behind its rotation, and then just follow the AoEs the entire time. Mind you, these AoEs do knock back, so if they hit you, they're probably sending you into the wall, meaning a long dot on top of the vuln and the damage you just took, meaning if your healers are sleeping, you're dying. After the rotation is done, a second set of group bees will appear and fire a line through the room all at the same time, creating 2 opposite safe spots. Honey will begin casting a beeline through the safe spot during this, so dodge to the side after the line AoEs go off. After this is Honey Bee Live number 2. In this one, Love Me Tender places 2 stack markers on your team, one on a DPS and the other on a tanker healer. Have all 4 DPS stack up and all 4 supports stack up. These AoEs also divide 4 hearts amongst the players hit. So if you have 3 people in the stack, the target player will receive 2 hearts to make sure that all 4 get spent. If you have 5, then one player's not going to receive any. Either way, just aim for those 2 groups of DPS and support. Though, come on, it's a normal mode duty finder. You're just going to be winging it. After this, a bunch of heart towers will appear one at a time. Just have a player stand in each and ensure nobody with 2 hearts stands in one, lest they be charmed. Then you repeat the rest of the phase as before, though I swear the hearts are way more aggressive and way more plentiful this time. Once the arena returns to normal, the next set of alarm pheromones will happen, and probably the second most chaotic thing. This one has the bees all firing line AoEs in a seemingly random direction. There are actually patterns to this that you can predict and see, and when you do it enough, you probably will. But it boils down to get the heck out of the way of all the line AoEs. Focus on survival above all else here, as once you go into the wall, good chance you won't be saved. Then be ready for a Venom tipped attack afterwards. There will be another set of easier group Bs plus a Venom tipped attack after that, but this one should be much easier. At this point, the fight's just on repeat, so just believe in yourself and there should be nothing to buzz about here. Anyway, that's going to be a wrap for my guide to Match 2 in the light heavyweight division of the Arcadion. Be sure to like and subscribe and check out the other normal mode guides plus the rest of the content on the channel. With that, I will see you in the next one, and until then, take care.